Champions is in the books, man. I bet Triple H is so ecstatic that finally his boy is on the mountaintop and he has the Undisputed Championship. Great. Now, we had the title on Cody Rhodes, but this dude was as boring as watching paint dry. Now we got the title on Sami Zayn. And this guy is as compelling as watching my grandmother knit a blanket. I had to pick my poison. Either one was a lose-lose. Both options will bore you to death. Oh my God, I'm so sick of all of that. Booking his favorites to consistently go over time and time again while the same people get left behind and get... Wait, hold on. Before we start the video, honestly, did WWE really say Sami Zayn was gonna help TKO get out of $3 billion of... Oh, come on, Sami! How is he the face of the company? This guy has the swag of a granny! Did WWE really die? Sami Zayn was gonna help TKO get out of $3 billion of... Oh, he ain't gonna help him get out of the $3 billion of debt. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, I am so sick of Triple H booking all of his favorites constantly going over time and time again, while the same people get left behind and get buried over and over again. Drew McIntyre, LA Knight, Carmelo Hayes, Raquel Rodriguez, Ilya Dragunov, and many more has been subject to being booked on a hamster wheel, continuously being put in situations where they're losing over and over again or being blatantly stuck in catering. Night of Champions was no different. Io Sky, Sami Zayn, Tiffany Stratton, and oh yeah, Seth freaking Rollins going over, which made zero sense. The head of cremation does his job by burying Bron Breakker for the majority of the year. This was sick to watch. It all started when he lost to CM Punk on Raw, the Netflix premiere in 2026. Then he got thrown out the Royal Rumble in less than 10 seconds, which was bad also. Then he got injured, had to have surgery, causing him to miss WrestleMania 40 snooze. And now in a cage match, he loses another match to Seth Rollins. My God, this company refuses to make new superstars a top priority. This is the most annoying thing about WWE right now. Sami Zayn winning wasn't the worst decision of all time, y'all, but WWE literally had no other choice. Cody Rhodes was possibly on the worst title reign imaginable. Gunther could have won, but it seemed like he might be heading into a match with Nick Aldis, which could actually make for a good SummerSlam storyline. And Sami Zayn seems like to be the only option. And to be honest, when you think about his history from NXT until now, I could make sense of it, even though I think I heard enough for me personally. I just don't like how this happened. Sami Zayn has done nothing in recent memory but confide in Jobber Gargano and a lifeless backstage segment every week. He hasn't had any memorable matches except the one with Aquafina, Fiji, Saratoga, Smartwater, Essentia, and every other water bottle across the US. This is crazy. Sami Zayn has some sick obsession with water bottles, man, and he should actually look at it a little bit differently. He should be embracing the water bottles. I said this on my live yesterday, man. His character is extremely dry. So if he quenches his thirst, now that he has the title, maybe he could shake things up on the worst TV show known to man. Speaking of shake things up, I said this before, man. You can literally hear a mouse pissing on cotton with how quiet this crowd was during Trick Williams and Ricky Saints match. This was hard to watch, y'all. I've seen matches in a high school auditorium get louder reactions than the people did in this venue. People are extremely concerned about this leading up to WrestleMania 43 in Saudi Arabia. I think this is a nice place to visit, but with the WWE crowds, it's been a little weird all year. At the Royal Rumble, the whole setup looked different with all the lighting and the seats making the stadium looking empty. Now, Night of Chumps! hypes. They were completely dead for some of these matches, but some of them they were hyped for. But if WWE fails to make anything interesting, this crowd isn't gonna put it over. I can't even blame them. The storylines suck for the most part. Y'all, remember they was doing construction for the Royal Rumble at the beginning of the year and it took them like a week to build the venue? I hear they're doing the same thing for WrestleMania next year. The only thing is, I don't know if it's gonna be a stadium or a study hall. Buying a ticket to WrestleMania 43 is gonna be similar to buying a pair of Beats headphones. Oh! Why you say that, Bobby Monsoon? Because it's gonna come with noise cancellation. You won't be able to hear anything. Oh, why you say that, Bobby Monsoon? Exclusively on BobbyMonsoon.com. Y'all asked for it and it's here. The Why You Say That t-shirt. I want to thank everybody that's copping the merch, that's liking, commenting, subscribing, hyping, everybody in my lives multiple times in the week, all the people in the chat. I want to thank everybody, man. Y'all really helped the channel grow. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. BobbyMonsoon.com. And Why You Say That shirt now. Back to the content. Night of Jumps started off with something I was kind of happy about. I'm lying. I was extremely happy about it. Jey Uso didn't win King of the Ring, so I didn't have to go on live and go nuclear. I didn't have to be belligerent. None of that happened. Even though I still kind of snapped because Sami Zayn won, but that's a different story. The main focal point was Jey Uso not leaving Saudi Arabia with the King of the Ring crown. Great! WWE finally gets something right. Obafemi holds up the crown. This match was a cool match, but it wasn't really nothing too crazy. It didn't really make sense, too, how he could squash Brock Lesnar like nothing. But he's struggling and having a damn near 50-50 match with Jey Uso. Whatever. I'm guessing Brock Lesnar is way less of a threat than Jey Uso. I guess in Triple H's brain he is, but I'm not really tripping on none of that. The important thing, the mission got accomplished. That was Obafemi not taking all of this build momentum that he had and flushing it straight down the toilet by losing to Jey Uso. This was a little crazy, though, because we seen pictures leak online of Brock Lesnar being in Saudi Arabia. Everybody was waiting for him to interfere in the match, but he didn't, so I'm expecting him to be at Raw, so we'll see how that plays out. Next, you got Io Sky winning the Queen of the Ring. Oh, what a surprise! We seen this coming a mile away, but what we didn't see coming is Danhausen being a part of yet another top storyline. Oh my God, they are running this character into the ground. The scam of the century, part 2. We have Io Sky versus Liv Morgan. They're gonna cook in this match. It's gonna be cool. The only thing I don't like about it is, chat, it's just like, God, do I really have to sit and watch Liv Morgan chase Danhausen around week after week after week after week after week after week? Talking about how she wants him to reverse the curse. Like, I said this live, bro. I said this yesterday. The move was for, if Io Sky was going to win, I like Io Sky. I have no problem with that. But this is what you do. You remember the whole year 2, 3, 4, 5. It felt like a decade. We was dealing with Rhea Ripley and Io Sky being best friends. Remember that storyline where you gave us no payoff? Paul Levesque! What you should have done was, Io Sky shouldn't have picked an opponent yet. She should have waited. Then she should have contemplated between Io Sky, Rhea Ripley. You build that hype up a little bit. Make it like she's obviously going to pick Liv Morgan, I meant to say. Io Sky could have turned around and stabbed Rhea Ripley in her back, then challenged her for the title. Then weeks leading up to SummerSlam, Rhea Ripley's in her head because she never beat Io Sky. The story was right there. God, WWE Creative, all it takes is 2 to 3 brain cells to come up with this. Not much. After that, you had Seth freaking Rollins going over Bron Breakker for what? I have no idea. This is when I knew this was going to be a long night. Why is Seth going over Bron Breakker? Why is Bron Breakker supposed to be the future, but he can't even beat Seth Rollins? Why is Bron Breakker manager Paul Heyman, but it feels like Paul Heyman doesn't even be around the guy half the time anymore? Why is any of this happening? Remember when Bron Breakker first came to the roster, then he won the Intercontinental title? Bro was the dog, sparing people left and right. Now we see Bron Breakker, we don't have that same emotion. We don't have that same feeling. With that being said, Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker did their thing in this cage match. This was a banger. This was one of my favorite matches of the year so far. I wouldn't say it's top 5, but I'll probably put this top 10 matches, man. Crazy bumps. Bron Breakker getting blood, man. Seth Rollins coming out on top was just the wrong decision, bro. Seth Rollins, the only thing I'm like, let me know in the comments, bro. What do we do from here? Seth Rollins is just like, who is he supposed to beef with now? Who is he supposed to feud with? What do you want, the title now? Like, Seth Rollins is really just stuck right now. Bron Breakker, what do you really do with him? You lost to Seth Rollins. This whole Vision storyline got flushed down the toilet. No payoff. What are you gonna do? Become tag team with Austin Theory again? Triple H has buried and failed Bron Breakker dramatically. Next, you got Trick Williams going over Ricky Saints, and honestly, this match felt completely flat. Flat is just an understatement. This match just felt lifeless, man. Shout out to Ricky Saints, shout out to Trick Williams. It was mainly the crowd. If they had a better crowd, the match would have came off better. And I feel like wrestlers, they feed off the crowd a lot of the times. It was nothing to feed off of this. Everybody was sitting there looking dazed, looking into the crowd, not really excited about this match. It's not Ricky Saints' fault. It's not Saudi Arabia's fault. It's not Trick Williams' fault. It's not Little Yachty's fault. It's Paul Levesque and WWE Creative fault. The easy option was Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes. That's the easy option. God, bro, nobody asked for Ricky Saints and Trick Williams. There's barely any storyline here. They just put this together out the blue, and this is why you got no reaction in this crowd. And you know what's the worst thing? Ricky Saints has to deal with the flack. Trick Williams has to deal with the flack. Oh yeah, at the end of the match, you got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, aka Little Yachty, doing the People's L boat that they called it. Ugh. I hope The Rock approved of this, y'all, man. Seriously. I know The Rock is just done with WWE. He barely even posts or talk about the Fed. And I can't even blame him. This product sucks right now. After that, you got Jade Cargill losing to Tiffany Stratton. Great. This was another predictable match. We knew Tiffany Stratton was going to beat Jade Cargill somehow. Charlotte Flair actually wound up returning, costing Tiffany Stratton the match. No one really cared about it. This match was also kind of mid also. But the good thing is, it was two good takeaways, I feel like, from this match. Jade Cargill in-ring work has improved 100 times. You got a potential match for SummerSlam that I'm interested in. Jade Cargill versus Charlotte Flair. They've been teasing this match since the second Jade Cargill stepped foot on WWE. So I'm going to be interested in seeing that match. Now at the end, we already know Sami Zayn finally did it. The boy who dreamed finally becomes WWE Undisputed Champion. I'm not gonna lie, I watched Sami Zayn's whole career from NXT to right now. I can't say I'm just completely livid. I would be 100 times more mad if Jey Uso would have won. Sami Zayn winning, it was just like, I don't like how it happened. I wish they would have built it up a little bit better. But it's hard for me to say that. A part of me just doesn't feel like, okay, Sami Zayn, you know what I mean? He done fought for so long. He didn't grind it out. You know what I mean? Even though, you know what I mean, we kind of look the same. We got the same type body, bro. He's a workhorse, bro. One of the best performers in that square circle. It's hard to say Sammy didn't deserve it. Just like the Darby Allin situation. Darby Allin deserved the title. I hate how it was done. This is the same exact thing. I feel like I'm going through deja vu. You know what I mean? The match was better. The triple threat match was better than the Darby Allin MJF match, but I just still hate how it was built up, man. I feel like Sami Zayn, I don't even know. They could have built it up a different way, but I'm not surprised, especially Sami Zayn losing in Saudi Arabia. If it was any time for Sami Zayn to win, now that I think about it, it'd probably be now. I would have hated it if he won at WrestleMania because we would have all seen it coming a mile away. I would have hated it if he beat Drew McIntyre in the beginning of the year. So if I had to pick my poison, it would have been a random Night of Champions in a triple threat match that nobody cares about, man. It looks like Gunther's gonna be doing something with Nick Aldis. We might see Nick Aldis jump back in the ring at SummerSlam. If so, that'd be fire. Cody Rhodes, QB1. I don't know. Maybe you get demoted to being a water boy or something like that. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think about that Night of Champs. From 1 to 10, I give this PLE maybe a 4. I give it a 4. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Jey Uso won. I give that 2 points. Seth Rollins cage match. I give that a point. What's the name? The main event. I give that a point. You get a 4 out of 5, bro. How am I gonna give a show credit when half the show is like ads, commercials, entrances, vignettes? Half the show isn't even wrestling. It's hard. The crowd was dead, bro. The pacing of the show was bad. It's just all bad, bro. Tonight, we got Forbidden Door. Now, watch the pacing of this show. We're not going to have 100,000 ads. And like I always say, stop saying, Bobby Monsoon, you're glazing AEW. I'm not an AEW sicko, man. I'm like a long-lost cousin. I came through the foster home, but I'm not a sicko, dog. I'm a WWE fan. I'm just disgruntled. I can't disrespect the sickos like that because right now Collision's on and I'm sure they're watching it. I'm gonna watch Collision too because I want to see if Collision gonna be better than this Night of Champions episode. I wouldn't be surprised if it is. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. It's Bobby Monsoon. 215, like, comment, subscribe. Bow!